What's good? It's your boy Donnie and What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Donnie, and this is my reaction to the whole Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving situation with the Brooklyn Nets. And I wanted to give basically my little 2 cents and what's been going on recently with the NBA. So this is that reaction, but mainly Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, because honestly, Kevin Durant is honestly my favorite basketball player right now. And out 6'11", 7 foot, handle three ball. Come on, man, you can't pass that up. But let's get into it.
And Russell Westbrook. Meanwhile, we're still on hold waiting for a trade for Kevin Durant, two-time Finals MVP.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and try to predict it. I honestly feel like he gonna get traded to Phoenix because they got the best assets. I mean, just from my opinion, right? If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm looking at it as like, okay, what am I going to be able to get for KD? Obviously. So you thinking like, okay, well, what's best options, right? I don't see nothing Miami can give Brooklyn to trade Kevin Durant. If you look at the Suns, you can actually build off Eaton at least. He's young. He's a center. You can do something. You can do something with it. There was a trade proposed yesterday. I think somebody came up with an idea for a trade that I thought like, damn, that might be a good idea. The Pelicans. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, right? For Kevin Durant, I ain't gonna lie to you. For Kevin Durant, I trade Zion. I'm not even gonna lie. I would trade Zion for Kevin Durant. If you just switch them two around, Ingram, KD, CJ McCollum, I don't know, B. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. But the Pelicans will be enticing, because then if they don't trade Zion and then they say, well, should we trade Brandon Ingram? But is Ingram better than Eaton like that? I mean, I don't know. In my honest opinion, I see him going to the Suns because they got the assets. But the Pelicans, that's a Tyson too.
He broke his silence today via Twitter. It's the first time we've heard from him since he reportedly requested a trade from the Nets. This is what KD had to say, quote, "The ones who were locked in that gym with me know what it is. They know what I'm about. If you haven't been in there with me, ask around."
Brooklyn Nets will send out some more salary in the deal. So it seems like one.
Okay, so rumor trade. This is rumor. This is not official. This is like what they doing right now is trying to come up with proposals and ideas, because this is interesting as hell. And like right here, Russell Westbrook. See, the thing is Russell's contract, and then they talking about trading Joe Harris a step. If that's the case, I would keep them. I honestly feel like Joe Harris and Seth Curry is better than THT and Kendrick Nunn, to be honest with you. I genuinely feel that way. I feel like they're better than THT. And honestly, all you try really looking at is the Kyrie and Russell Westbrook. But for the Nets, I would. It's more draft capital. That's what I'll be attacking.
Chris Haynes is the inclusion from Brooklyn of Joe Harris or Seth Curry. It seems like the Lakers would prefer to get Seth Curry back. He's on an expiring contract. Joe Harris, who's coming off ankle surgery, has 2 years left on his deal. So that is the dance. And you see some of the options there. In addition to Russell Westbrook, the Nets could receive Talen Horton-Tucker or Kendrick Nunn. That works, as well as draft picks, swaps, things like that. So these teams will go back and forth. GA, we were talking about this before the show. It seems like outside of the Lakers and Nets, there's probably a limited market for Westbrook and Kyrie. So I'll be interested to see if these two teams are able to work out a deal.
Yeah. Said something about this yesterday, Wendy. Obviously, people wanted to know if KD and Kyrie were going to be able to play together somewhere else. What is the likelihood that happens?
I think
I don't see that happening. And it's because, who said it? Jalen Rose said this perfectly, bro. Kevin Durant is breaking up not only with the Nets, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, that whole entire situation. I feel like from that, and I guess this is kind of going backwards, so you can kind of tell the first clip was kind of more updated with KD tweeting, but him with that tweet, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you. Like him saying this, I feel like he ain't gonna play with no Kyrie Irving. Like he said, the ones that were locked in that gym with me know what it is. Kyrie Irving definitely wasn't there. Kyrie Irving definitely was not there. Like facts. I don't think he want to play with Kyrie.
I know what you're getting.
That's
I know
my
what you're
opinion.
pulling me towards. Okay? In the event that KD and Kyrie would have stayed together, which this was discussed within minutes after the trade,
Right.
On some God honest truth, if he honestly wanted to play with Kyrie Irving, he'd just stay with the Nets.
there's only one place where it really makes sense, and that was the Lakers. Because nobody is going to look at this situation and say, well, let's replicate this.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
But the Lakers are desperate. The Lakers don't have, well, we have this star or this star or this star or this star. And they had a package that could make it work. So in the event, and the feasibility of the two of them staying together and playing for another team makes sense for the Los Angeles Lakers. The likelihood of that, so feasibility, XY, parabola, whatever.
I'm glad they kind of skip it because we're not gonna watch this whole thing because they do say a lot. They do say a lot of the same stuff. So what we gonna end up doing? We just gonna skip around.
Way down here. And so what happens with the Laker fans especially, they hear that and like their eyes get real big and they get real excited. So you can make it work in the trade machine. But it's not something that I think we're probably already talked too much about it. I just think it was important for me to point out that the feasibility existed.
Okay, I want to talk about Kyrie, though, because one of the things that was on his wish list was the Lakers. If Kyrie goes to LA, does that make LA a title contender?
I mean, he's a top 5 player in the NBA. And I know you can put all of this other
Yeah. I mean, it's Kyrie Irving, and as long as he's always
do that when you are talking about,
as long as LeBron James is in that LA uniform, and then you pair him up with another superstar, I can honestly see they'll always be a top 3. Him, AD, I ain't gonna even go say playoffs automatically because they didn't even win the playoffs, but they had Russell Westbrook. And we know how I feel about Russell Westbrook. He's overrated. But with Kyrie Irving, hell yeah.
Kyrie Irving. And
I think I said this. I said this on stream, and please, if you don't watch my streams, please go join me one of my streams one day. Watch one of my streams one day. But I do say a lot of the same stuff. But this woman right here, I don't know who this is. She is beautiful.
don't know what he's going to do on a day-to-day basis, but does he make the Lakers title contenders? There's too many other question marks for me with this roster in order to go all in on that. And if I'm thinking if Kyrie Irving gets to LA, I think we said this earlier this week, what happens to Russ? Isn't he being traded somewhere else? Like, when we're talking about the feasibility of those two playing together.
Okay, she beautiful, but we gonna skip her. Like I said, we gonna skip around. We ain't gonna listen to 30 minutes and they saying the same thing over and over and over and over, and they keep talking about it.
We're looking at the crossover there. It's a very narrow thing, and when you run that simulation over and over, you keep getting Lakers, and so. But also, the Nets have no interest in accommodating Kyrie Irving. They have no interest in doing it.
Ja Morant,
If there
5
comes up
years.
maybe a 3-team trade or a 4-team trade to get the Nets satisfied what they want, to get them maybe a star, to take draft picks that they might get from Phoenix and reroute them someplace else, or take this guy, 4-team trade. Kyrie might get thrown into that 4-team trade just as salary ballast.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be used as a tool to help the Nets. He is not going to be used as a player to trade for value. Very unlikely to get anything value. Maybe.
Nah, I disagree with you. I hear what you're saying because you know what happened last year, but they gonna get value for him. At the end of the day, Kyrie Irving, when he is on the court, the dude is sensational, and you can't take that away from him. He's going to get value for him. They're going to get value for him, whether it come from a draft pick or an upcoming star. They're just not gonna get anything. Like, come on, bro.
And he's not going to be used to accommodate. And he's going to have to sit and wait for the Durant situation to play out, whether that takes 3 days or 3 weeks. And that's just the reality of it. But at the end of it, when all that smoke clears, it is true. He could be a Laker. That is definitely still on the table.
I would like to say that Lakers title odds have moved dramatically since the news. So they were 22-1 last week, 18-1 right before the news, and now they're 10-1. And I know, Wendy, I listened to your podcast, and I know you said something about how sports books, they kind of like, they know something's going on over there. They know. Proud of him. We'll debate. Stay tuned. And
really entails us, you know, managing this franchise together.
This is another thing I wanted to talk about too. So we're gonna rewind it.
says he's proud of him.
I want to talk about this.
Joe and Sean and just our group of family members that we have in our locker room, in our organization. You know, so it's not just about me and Kev. I don't want to make it just about that. We're cornerstones here, but you know, we have a few other guys that are on contract, and I think we just got to make some moves this offseason, really talk about it, and really be intentional about what we're building and have some fun with it, make it enjoyable, and you know, hopefully we get to start from day one just as a squad and as a family, and we just really worry about us.
It's a brand new day.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to give my opinion real quick. I feel like Kevin Durant should have done more, if that makes sense. I understand what Charles Barkley was trying to say. He was just really aggressive with it. I feel like Kevin Durant need to be led and not a leader, if that makes sense. When he was in OKC, Russell Westbrook was the leader. When he went to Golden State, Draymond Green, Steph Curry was the leader of that team. When he got to Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving was more the leader of the team. Now, that don't make them the best player on the team. Obviously, Kevin Durant was. Kevin Durant need to be a leader. He needs to be like, all right, bro, I'm trying to win, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing? He need to be vocal rather than be, okay. I get what he doing. Look at it like this. If he take that same energy that he do on social media and bring it to the locker room, bring it to the media face, oh, he'll be 100. That's what I'm talking about. What he should have done in this situation, bro, I honestly feel like he should have called Kyrie Irving. Like, bro, can you please, try to talk this man to getting this shot, knowing he want to win, knowing he got this thing on his back about Golden State. Like, hey, bro, if it weren't for Golden State, you wouldn't even have a ring. You can't carry a team. This is all on Kevin Durant mind, bro. This all on KD mind, bro. I would hate to believe like he don't care about winning and he just care about the money. Kyrie Irving don't give a fuck about winning. Like, he got his ring in Cleveland and he want to do what the hell he want to do. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, I feel like he's a competitor. And again, I am Kevin Durant biased. I am a huge fan of Kevin Durant. I just honestly feel like he should have did more. And he should have held Kyrie Irving more accountable, bro. Like, you fucked us over. And he's like, I ain't saying he's scared, but it's like, bro, why don't you just be a leader and say something? Say something. And again, this comment that he did was like, okay, I get it, but you wait till after you already put it in the trade, the man. I mean, request after Kyrie Irving already did this bullshit to the team. Y'all destroyed this team, bruh. Y'all literally destroyed this team, and he not looking good. Like, Kevin Durant don't look good, and it's like, come on, bruh. Come on, you fucking top talent, bro. It's like, now you say something like, bro, the next team I hope he go to, bro, I hope he's able to express himself in the way he feel comfortable, where he can be like, this is how I feel, this is what I want done, bro. Because he can't go through this no more. And I'll pray and hope to God that he does not play with Kyrie Irving no more.
And I chuckle a little bit every time I see that. That was April.
And again, it's because I am a Kevin Durant fan, bro. I am a fucking Kevin Durant fan. He just wasted his time playing with him.
25th. from the potential sign-in trade of Kyrie to his decision to opt in, and we don't even have to mention all of the baggage that he's brought to the team the last couple of seasons. Then yesterday, just days after Kyrie's opt-in, his bestie and partner, KD, officially requesting a trade away from Brooklyn. It has certainly been a journey, and we've been on just a ride. We have Perk here with us now. Big Perk, I'm going to start with you. Do you blame KD for wanting out of Brooklyn?
Do you, Christine? Absolutely not, I don't. And you know what? Here's the thing. KD should have left a long time ago.
A long time ago.
When James Harden was traded at...
Damn, I didn't see that. Karl Anthony Towns got the Supermax. Good for him. Good for him.
This past trade deadline, KD should have bounced in. You know why? And I said this yesterday. Since KD arrived in Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving, he's been the most reliable, he's been the most loyal, and he's been 100% in for us, losing himself into the team. Kyrie Irving hasn't. And Kyrie Irving is the main reason why Kevin Durant left. Because
I believe that 100%. I'm not saying that that's factual. This is Perk opinions. But real talk, it's what Kyrie Irving doing, bro. And it's like, you good on the court, but is it worth it? No. Especially if you getting swept in the playoffs.
You can't trust them.
Can't.
Kyrie Irving, just in that interview, oh yeah, me and Kev, you know, it's not just about us, but we go
like real talk. And that interview, bruh, that's why I stopped the dirt. That interview, it's like now looking back at it, bruh, that interview is so crazy, bruh. That interview is so crazy when he said that. And it's like, what? You put yourself up there with them. You can't even come to work. You can't even come to work. Man, Kevin Durant been wanted to go. He wanted to go.
Drawing board, and he even used the word family. Think about this for a second. Kyrie Irving, just a week ago or last week, was out there really testing the waters to see what other teams would actually, you know, bite and see what they would do for us, the Lakers and things to that nature on the sign and trade. Do you tell me that's loyalty when it comes down to him being loyal to Kevin Durant? Hell no.
Hell no.
I'm so proud of KD right now. This is probably the proudest I ever been to him for standing up and doing the right thing for himself. This is completely different from the Golden State Warriors when he went to the Golden State and left Oklahoma City. This right here showed me that Kevin Durant, is saying, forget the friendship, forget the brotherhood. I have had enough, and I'm about to do what's best for me, and he has made the right choice.
Here's where I stand with
I agree.
Perk, and I hear what you're saying, brother, but why would you align yourself with a guy like that in the first place if you're Kevin Durant? Because you had to have known, based on what happened in Cleveland, based on what happened in Boston, that this is not the kind of guy that you should even have the chance to tie your fortunes with. So I hear what you're saying, Perk, in terms of that's courageous and you're proud of him. You feel like a big brother to a younger brother because you guys know each other. I get it. But we're all grown folks here. You know how grown folks can act up once in a while, and you can't be the one to say, yeah, if he's with me, he's going to be different. Kyrie's different. And a guy like Kevin Durant who has that kind of intellect, Perk should have known that and not tie his fortunes or want to even have any kind of alignment with a guy that's as great ball player as Kyrie Irving, but he's not a great teammate, has never been a great teammate, was not that in Cleveland, was not that in Boston, and Lord knows he was not that with the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, what I don't understand, and Perk, I'm hoping you can shine some light on this, is that Kevin Durant came to this decision now after Kyrie Irving had opted into his $36.5 million player option. Like, if he was if he didn't want to play with Kyrie Irving anymore because he saw the writing was on the wall, why not do it before all of this came to a head, before Kyrie Irving effectively betrayed him and called LeBron James, called the Lakers and said, hey, if this thing doesn't work out the way that I want it to with the Brooklyn Nets, can I come there? Like, this just kind of feels like we saw something happen between the organization and Kyrie Irving, and it almost feels like Kevin Durant is siding with Kyrie through all of this. Like, you've put me through so much. If I'm Kevin Durant and you're Kyrie Irving, but in the end, does it not feel like he's, hurting the franchise itself instead of, the player that, really hurt him and made him shoulder a load that was seismic last year, a load that wasn't too much for. For Kevin Durant, like that's what I don't understand. Why he came to this decision now, when if this was going to be what it was all along, why he didn't leave earlier?
Well, one, Kevin Durant haven't been communicating with the Brooklyn Nets, and I believe he haven't said a word to them since the press conference. I think even since the exit meeting. The second part of it is that while Kyrie Irving was out there making it publicly known that he was out there trying to leave or trying to get to the Lakers and made it a big scene.
I think what she missing a point on, because I guess her point was, well, why didn't he leave earlier? Well, you got to understand the team was different. They had James Harden in the beginning of this season. They had James Harden, Kyrie Irving. He wanted to see where it went. I think she trying to spin it, I guess. This is just Kyrie. This is just Kevin Durant wanting to play and win. That's what this is. She trying to spin it. You beautiful lady, but come on now.
Kevin Durant has been quietly working behind the scenes. When you look at his preferred destinations. When Kevin Durant went.
Ricky Rubio, this dude, he went to Cleveland 3 years.
Kevin Durant went to the Nets yesterday and said, "You know what? Here's my two teams that I would like to be traded to." And he said the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. Okay, let's just look at the Phoenix Suns for example. We all know that Kevin Durant and Chris Paul have a great relationship. We all know that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant has a great relationship. We also know that Monty Williams is one of Kevin Durant's big brothers / mentors. So for him to pick the Phoenix Suns or to tell the Brooklyn Nets that he wants to go to the Phoenix Suns just goes to show me that he's been working behind the scenes for a long period of time anyway, and conversations has been held. Kevin Durant, look, just because he hadn't came out with it publicly, I know that he's been working behind the scenes for sure, and rightfully so. You don't have to announce it. Just when he did announce it, we all knew, the world knew he was ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So if this doesn't happen this way with Kyrie Irving, let's say the Nets do bend to his will earlier in the week and they give him a max extension. Are we talking about this today? Is Kevin Durant still out?
I think so. I
I mean, I don't know, but I do know this. I know before the season.
I do. I think so. I 100% think so. You got to think about it. For him, if they would have, like, she making it seem like, okay, Kevin Durant is so close to Kyrie Irving. This is not him not wanting to play with Kyrie Irving. This is him hurting the organization, and it's because she feel like, because Kyrie Irving didn't get that deal, she's spinning it the wrong way. I don't know why she doing that. How are you getting it from net? How do you get that from net? Like, everybody is saying, Kyrie, or you can't win that way. This has nothing to do with, oh, well, I want to hurt the Nets because they give him the deal. This has nothing to do with that. How do you see that? That's manipulative. Yeah, like that's manipulating. Like, I don't like that.
Kevin Durant was supposed to sign his contract first, which he did, his contract extension.
Right. That's why I'm like,
James Harden.
If anything, he signed his contract first. He did it wouldn't, I don't think it would matter if he got his contract or not. it wouldn't matter. He still would have asked for the trade. I don't know.
And following that was supposed to be Kyrie Irving. All three of those guys had committed to signing their contract extensions or told one another they were going to do that. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Kyrie Irving blew it up. Now, I will say this in his defense. I can't help it that the state of New York had that crazy-ass mandate rule. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it made no sense.
It was in place. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That rule was stupid. How the hell you have visiting players that didn't take this shot, didn't take the COVID shot, and well, you know, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Take that shot and was able to come into the arena, but Kyrie Irving wasn't? Come on, bro.
Okay, and Kyrie Irving, with his own body, had the right to choose not to get vaccinated. That's where the problem started. And one thing I know about Kevin Durant is that although I would have liked him to ask for a trade during the season or at the trade deadline, that's not who he is. He's a guy that's going to finish things out. And when I say finish things out, he was going to finish that season out regardless on how he felt about the Brooklyn Nets, regardless on how he felt about Kyrie Irving. And look, Freddie, to you, you know I love you, my brother. But here's the thing, right? KD thought he was the one person that could change and get the best out of Kyrie Irving and hold him accountable. KD thought that they actually was real brothers, that they could actually form a team, come together, play together, and make things happen. I mean, he can't help it that Kyrie, flipped the script and he figured out who Kyrie was once he got with him. But I will say this, you are right about this point. My grandma and my grandfather always used to say, a stripe on the zebra never changed.
Amen. Amen. And sometimes there's certain stripes that you can't be around. And you can't be the person to change that person because Kyrie has to change Kyrie. It can't be about anybody else. Maybe this is a soul-searching thing for Kyrie Irving, the same way that Kevin Durant was able to search his soul and say, I don't mind being friends with this guy, but I don't want to put up with this anymore. I don't know what the likelihood is going to be, but if Kyrie Irving has the same kind of soul-searching maneuver that Kevin Durant was able to find this year, then maybe there's hope for Kyrie to be a better teammate. I'm not banking on it, but I guess I should not be surprised that Kevin Durant said, at a certain point, if I don't want to be a part of something or with somebody, I'm not going to.
That's what I'm saying. They talk about this.
And guess what? Do y'all see what's happening right now? Do y'all understand what's going on right now for us with the CBA coming up in a few years?
Yeah.
And with the players.
I'm going to go ahead and put this in the video too.
The owners off around the NBA. Look at the Ben Simmons situation last year, right? When he quit on the Philadelphia 76ers and forced his way up out of there, and the Philadelphia 76ers and the ownership of the Philadelphia 76ers stood firm and held their ground and did the things that they did and how they handled the situation. Do you know the Philadelphia 76ers had support of other owners around the league? Now all of a sudden you get to this point. We're talking about Kevin Durant, arguably the best basketball player in the world, just requested a trade. The ownership and Sean Marks of the Brooklyn Nets, they're not begging Kevin Durant to stay. They're saying, you know what, we're going to grant you your wish. You know what that goes to show me is that, one, owners are getting sick and tired of how guys are acting once they get top dollar. Two, the CBA, the owners are going to be waiting on the players at the front door. Three, let me give a message to the players out there, right? To all the players out there that's getting their money and getting top dollars, I'm talking about 100 million, 200 million plus. I want you to get all the money that you can. But I also want you to go out there and fulfill your obligations and make sure you do what you need to do for the generation that's coming up behind you. Just like Kobe Bryant did for you, just like Kevin Durant did for you, just like LeBron James still doing to this day, just like a guy like Dwayne Wade. And then you take it a step further, Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, all those guys did their part of showing up to work, being professional, so that they didn't hurt the generation that was coming up under them, so that they could get paid top dollars. I would like to see our guys in today's league do the same damn thing. Return the favor to the next generation of players that's coming up under you, so they can have an opportunity to make $250 million or $300 million when they get to the NBA.
And to that point, too.
Yeah, we're going to cut the video there. But on some God honest truth, brother, I really just wanted to get my opinion. Like I said, I hope, this is my prediction, Kevin Durant is going to end up in a Phoenix uniform. That's what I see. I can see him possibly going to the Pelicans because I feel like that's a better deal there. But because I am a KD fan, like I said, I just want to get my reaction, get my opinion. I feel like he's going to the Suns, and I feel like he could have done more in Brooklyn. I honestly feel like he could have done more. He should have stepped up more as a leader, and should have been like, Kyrie, bruh. come to work, bruh. Take the shot, bruh. We trying to win. Help your boy. You know what I'm saying? I honestly feel like he just should have took that route. But I am excited to see where he go. Just wanted to get my opinion. If you do like what you see, please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you think, and your boy Donnie.